Hello everyone, I'm audible. If I'm audible and if you're able to see the whiteboard, please do respond yes in the chat box. Please be very quick in responding. Okay, great. My first question for everyone would be, fine. Have you updated your notes? That is day 9 notes. Yes or no in the chat box. Have you updated your notes? I want a very quick response from your side. Guys, please be prompt. Please be prompt. Half, okay, full, half, quarter. Okay, fine. At least tell me, when it comes to Python full stack, what about today's Python class? I hope it's Python day 10, if I'm not wrong. Yes or no? It's a Python day 10, right? Okay, almost 10 days of content, including today, has been completed. Let's see. Fine, I'll just do one thing. I would like to open the notes. Let me just share you the screen. Okay, I hope you people are able to see the screen. Let me just open. Guys, I hope I used to write the notes in Notepad, right? Yes. Python full stack notes. Let me just do one thing. Let me just consider a new text file that happens to be day 10, I will tell. Let me just quickly recap whatever I have taught in the yesterday's class. Okay, I'll just do one thing. I would like to open, or else let's not have a revision. Why? Because it might affect today's class. Maybe anyhow, after a couple of days, I'm going to revise whatever I have done from day 7 to till the day. Okay, please tell me. My first question for everyone, I think already I have asked the first question, like whether you have written the notes or not. Now, please tell me, at least did you get 10% clarity? I'm not asking 100%, forget about 10%, at least 5%. Did you get 5% clarity about the data types that are there in Python? Did you get 5% clarity? Out of 100%, did you get 5%? That's why, because even I haven't taught 100%. Fine, maybe just a teaser is what I have taught. If you are able to understand whatever I did, that is more than sufficient to learn the upcoming topics. Please don't be late for the session. Please don't make me to tell. Okay, let me just do one thing. Let me just proceed further. Okay, let me just start with day 10. Now, what is mutable? Could you people please tell me what is mutable? What is mutable? M-U-T-A-B-L-E. What is mutable? Could you people please do respond in the chat box? Changeable. That's it. That's it. Very good. Very good. Changeable. That's it. The data can be altered or the data can be changed. For such data, we'll call it as mutable data. Now, I'm going to discuss in detail about this topic. It's a important interview question. Now, I'm telling important interview question. Explain mutability and immutability in Python, or what do you mean by mutable and immutable in Python? That's what the question that might be asking in the interview. At that point of time, what you should tell for them, if you ask me, it's pretty simple, guys. First, let's take immutable object. Please tell me the data type whose values cannot be changed. The data type whose value cannot be changed are technically referred as immutable object. That means once we create an object of immutable data type, we can't do anything. Yes or no? We can't do anything. Even if you try to do that, a brand new object would be created. Sir, what does that mean, sir? Even if I try to change the data, a brand new object would be created. What does that mean, sir? Don't worry, I will teach you. Why you worry about that? Basically, immutable means non-changeable. Is that fine? Immutable means non-changeable. Could you people please give me some example for immutable type of data, whatever you have learned till now? Go ahead. Could you people give me the examples for immutable type of data, whatever you have learned till now? Guys, please be very quick. Don't waste your time as well as my time. No, first from starting you have to tell. Simply whatever comes to your mind, you should not tell. From starting, just remember first one, int, immutable, float, immutable, like that. Could you people please tell me? Guys, don't tell triple set, that will come under advanced. First, tell me the basic data type. First, stick on to basic data type. Okay, don't you think these are the immutable objects? Int, float, complex, boolean, range, bytes, frozen set, tuple, string. Yes or no? One person told set. Do you think set is mutable or immutable? Check your notes what I have given. Check your notes what I have given. Set is mutable or immutable? Guys, set is mutable, changeable. I'm speaking about immutables. Here the data type whose value cannot be changed are referred as immutable objects. Okay. Once we create an object of immutable data type, then we cannot change the data present within that. If we try to do that also, a brand new object would be created. How? I'll show it to you. Basically, immutable means non-changeable. I think example, these are the best example. Now, let me just take the example. Later I'll show one diagram. Let's see how many of them will be able to understand. I'll just do one thing. I would like to go back to the Sublime Text. Just a minute. Let me just see where exactly Sublime Text is there. Okay, guys, what is the example number? Could you just tell me in the chat box, what is the example number? The next example number, whatever I have to take. If I'm not wrong, the next example number happens to be example number 35.py. Yes or no? Yes, example number 35.py. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think you're able to see the Sublime Text. Close tabs to right. Okay. Now, let's consider a pretty simple example. Let's see how many of them will tell the answer. If I print A, what is the output? 10 is the output. If I print ID of A, assume that 1000 is the output. If I print type of A, 100% belongs to integer. Now, you have to concentrate more about this. That means 1000 is what I'll be getting. Assume that 1000 is what I'll be getting. Fine. We have to concentrate on the address, guys. Okay. Now, please tell me what is there inside A is what I want you to tell. What is there inside A? Because diagram you have to imagine. Don't worry, I'll show you the diagram, but I hope you can imagine the diagram. Please tell me what is there in A? What is there in A? Inside A, what is there? No, just look at line number 3 and tell me the answer. What is there in that? Okay, no, address is correct. Whatever the answer that you're telling is absolutely correct. But tell me what is there. I have written the address right. 1000 address of the object will be there, or in other words, 1000. If I give, because always the assignment will happen from RHS to LHS. If I give address of object to one more variable, don't you think if I print B, or if I check the address of B, fine, don't you think this will also be lead to 10? The output is 10, absolutely the output is 10, no doubt about that. Here also the output is 10, absolutely no doubt about that. But now you tell me address would remain same, yes or no in the chat box? Address would remain same or what? As I want you people to respond. Address would remain same, yes or no? Address would remain same. Now tell me, is that reference type assignment or is that value type assignment? Because what is reference type assignment? What is value type assignment? A separate topic is there. There I will tell you. But as of now, if you just look at line number 6, what kind of assignment is that? Reference type or value type? Let's see how many of them are having a common sense. Very good, reference type, guys. Don't you think using the reference, I'm just assigning to one more variable? That's it. Correct, right? It's a reference type, but I'm not going to write so that you'll be getting confused. I'm not going to write because a separate topic I'll be doing. There I'll explain, okay? Now, if I check the address of B, 100% should be 1000. Let's see, let's execute and check whether it's 1000 or not. Do you think I'll get 1000? Do you think I'll get 1000? No, fine. See here, 584, 584. That means don't you think the address is same? Now, if I try to alter the immutable object, assume that I know what is there in A. If I tell A plus 1, that means many of them will think like this 10 will be damar and 11 will commence it. No, the 10 will not be gone. The 10 will not be, what I can tell, erased. Rather, what is going to happen? Using this data plus 1, it is going to create a brand new object and store within a reference variable whatever you people will give. Is that clear, guys? If you try to alter the immutable object, it would create a brand new object using the data, whatever that is there in the existing object. That means 10 will be taken plus 1, 11. It is going to create one more brand new object, Never this 10 will be converted to 11. How many of them are able to understand? If you are able to understand, let's see. Please tell me, if I print C, you know what is the output? Output is pretty simple, guys. Output will be 11. No need to worry about output. Output will be 11. I'm damn sure. But address of C, will it be 1000 or will it be 2000? If you tell the answer, I can come to a conclusion that you understood the topic. The address is 1000 or 2000. Very good, very good, very good. Seriously appreciate. 2000. See, if I save, if I execute, don't you think different address is what I got? These two are same. Different address is what I got. I hope it's clear for everyone. Is that clear? Yes, please do respond. Is that clear for everyone? Do you want me to write the output? No, right? Do you want me to write the output? Please be quick. Do you people want me to write the output? Yes or no? That's it. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to display one diagram. Just tell me whether it is correct or not. I think it's, guys, if I'm not wrong, it's diagram number 1, right? If I'm not wrong, it's diagram number 1. Okay, cool. Now what I will do, I would like to just give me a minute. I'm just trying to take the data. Okay. Let's do one thing. Let's go back to the what I can tell. I think it has not been opened. OneNote. Guys, if there is any diagram, we'll stick on to OneNote. One person is asking, sir, what is the type of C? I will not tell. You tell me, what is the type of C? Yes, what is the type of C? I'm not going to tell. What is the type of C? Yes, it's pretty simple, right? It's pretty simple, right? Guys, what is today's day? I think it's day 10, if I'm not wrong. It's day 10. I'm going to come back to the OneNote. Why? Because whenever I want to do the revision, let this diagram be there here itself. Now I'm going to copy paste or drag and drop the diagram. Please tell me whether you people are able to understand or not. Where is the diagram? Yep. I'm not going to explain anything. You have to tell me whether you're able to understand or not. Are you able to understand by seeing the diagram? Take 5 seconds of time and tell me whether you're able to understand or not. Take 5 seconds of time. If you're able to understand, respond yes in the chat box. If you're not able to understand, respond no in the chat box. That's it. Now don't ask me, sir, what is RTS? What is heap? What is PVM? And what is this circle? What is 1000, 2000? Why you have written ABC within RTS? Don't ask all those questions. Why? Because clearly I have explained. Okay, cool. This is the first diagram. Now what I will do, I'll just come back to the notepad. Let me just come back to the notepad. First diagram number 1. That is example number, wait a minute, 35. Yeah, example number 35.py. Example number 35.py. After the example, that is what you have to do. First, you should write the diagram. Or you write the diagram later. After the program, you write the diagram. I'll copy this. I'll paste the program. After the program, without miss, you people should write the diagram. Okay. Shall I proceed with the next example? Please be very quick. Guys, still, after telling so many times, I think today I'm not going to entertain such things. Wait. Oh, good that nobody would have joined. I think I have seen one person who have joined by giving the name Python. I think everybody would have given your name, what your parents kept. Okay, that's great. Let me just proceed. Fine. If you're able to, guys, that means if you try to alter the original object of immutable data, it is going to create a brand new object. I hope you got the clarity regarding immutable objects. Now, if you get the clarity regarding immutable object, I'll proceed further. Let me see the next example. Okay, sir, what is the next example, sir? Next example is pretty simple. Let me see how many of them will tell the proper answer for this. Where is that? Sublime text. Yep. I'm going to consider example number 36.py. Sandesh string data stored within a variable called as data1. Again, same Sandesh string data stored within a variable called as data2. Now you should tell me address of data1 and data2. Is that same or different? Use your common sense and tell me the answer. Use your common sense. One hint I will give. If there is already an object exist, with the same data, PVM is not a fool. To create one more object with the same data. No. What will happen? That address would be sent for this new variable. Now tell me, the address is same or different? Address is same or different? 088, 088. I hope you're able to understand same. That means, guys, don't you think this is reference type assignment? Just for your reference, I'm just writing. Don't worry, I'll take this topic separately. I'm going to take this topic, and again, so many things I have to speak regarding that. That's the reason I'm not messing up the things. Okay, now tell me, when it comes to here, is it reference type assignment or is it value type assignment? I think easily you can tell the answer. Value type assignment. Don't you think it's a value type assignment? Your value or data? Value type assignment. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll just tell, guys, I'm not going to write the data. I'm least bothered about that. 1000 I will tell. Here also, I would like to consider 1000. Now tell me, what is the output of this? Previously, 1000 will be stored within data2. Later, what you're trying to do, you're trying to create a new object called a Suhas. And you're trying to tell Suhas address should be stored within data2. Then data2, what will happen? Previously, it was pointing to Sandesh object, which already exists in the heap segment. Later, it will stop pointing to Sandesh. It will start pointing to Suhas. Now tell me, if I check the ID, will it be 1000 or will it be 2000? Common sense. Will it be 1000 or will it be 2000? Still, if you are telling the wrong answer, trust me, you should be very attentive in the class, is what I can tell. 2000 is the answer. 2000 is the answer. So first you execute it, sir. 100% here. First time 480, 480, same. Last time 968. And type is string. Obviously, you know that particular concept. Okay, shall I proceed further? Shall I proceed further? Now, I'll just do one thing. I'll come back to the notes. Okay, I just came to notes. Wait a minute. Okay, now example number 36.py. Example number 36.py. When it comes to example number 36, I'm gonna copy paste. Because I hope I need not to write the output of this, right? I think by this time you people are able to understand what is my main intention towards the program. Not by saying what is there in data one, what is the type of data one. Already LKG kid will tell if they are aware of Python. You have to observe these things. Fine. Now I'm going to display the diagram number 2. Please have patience. Or will you write diagram number 2 as an assignment? Will you write diagram number 2 as an assignment? Yes, I'm asking you people, will you write diagram number 2 as an assignment? Okay, don't worry. I'll not give such assignments. Why? Because I'm damn sure about you people. You will not gonna write that. Fine. Maybe some of them might be writing, some of them might not be writing. Guys, when it comes to this diagram, please tell me this is diagram number 1. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wait a minute. I'll just scroll down. Wait, what happened for this? One note. Okay. Hey, what happened for this? Yeah. Here I'll just tell this is diagram number 1. Okay, where is this size? 18. Okay, diagram number 1. Okay, Guys, later you people should tell me. This is diagram number 1. I know you haven't taken the screenshot. Now just do one thing. Take the screenshot of diagram number 1. Everybody, I want you to take the screenshot of diagram number 1. Guys, you know how to take the screenshot in mobile phone and laptop? I hope you know how to take the screenshot. Are you aware of how to take the screenshot? Guys, yes or no? Are you aware of how to take the screenshot? Okay, let's proceed further. Let's proceed further. Observe properly. Observe. Let's consider diagram number 2. I think same thing is what I have copy pasted, right? Diagram number 2. Okay, what should I do for this? Okay, diagram number 2. I'm going to display diagram number 2. Wait a minute. Where is that? Yep. Okay, let me just increase the size of diagram number 2. Okay. Please do respond. Are you able to understand by seeing the diagram? Yes, sir. Directly you're able to understand, sir. First, Sandesh has been assigned to data 1. Later, again, Sandesh has been assigned to data 2. That's the reason data 2 will be having 1000. You will start pointing to the Sandesh. Later, what I did, I created a new object called as Suhas. And I just, what I can tell, try to store within data 2. That's the reason 1000 will not be pointing to the old object. It will start pointing the new object. That's it. Is that clear for everyone? I hope it is clear. If it is clear, do one thing. Take the screenshot of diagram number 2. Take the screenshot of diagram number 2. Guys, simply should not take the screenshot and when your phone says memory full, I know you will not delete other screenshot. WhatsApp message, the particular screenshot and all will be there, right? And you will not delete that. You will first see, oh, this Python screenshot is there. Anyhow, it is not required. Let me just delete. Fine, you should have written in the notes. Simply don't take the screenshot and assume that you know everything. Okay, let's come back to the notes. Let's come back to the notes. Till here, is there any doubt for anyone? Till here. First example I have taken, second example I have taken, couple of diagram I have taken. Is there any doubt for anyone? Please do respond. Now tell me, when it comes to immutable object, I'm going to make some note points, sir. What note points, sir? In case of immutable objects, while creating a new object, PVM will check if that object exists or not. If it is available, then it will be reused. If not, it will create a brand new object. Is that fine? The main advantage of these things will be, don't you think, the memory will be utilized properly and the performance can be increased. Instead of creating 100 object, fine, already the object is there, same data is there. Why to create, why to waste my time? Let me just reuse the address. Like that it will do. Yes or no? Okay, next. In the below part of explanation, the concept of immutability we have taken, that is integer string. We have taken for integer and string. Don't you think same thing will be applicable for, if I take the example of float, if I take the example of complex Boolean, range, bytes, tuple, frozen set, yes or no? The concept would remain same. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just to explain the immutability feature, I just took two examples. That is string and what I can tell, integer. It would remain same for everything. Now, I want you people to give the heading in your notes as immutable and immutable in Python. Mutable and immutable in Python. Under that, just give the subheading as immutable object or non-changeable object. I want you to write till here. Take sufficient 5 to 8 minutes of time. I'll be on mute. I want you to write the complete points. Just take the heading as day 10 and write down these things. I'll be on mute. Once you're done with that, please do respond by saying done in the chat box. I'll be on mute. Please write all the points. Guys, whenever you're writing also, you should revise and you should write. You should read loudly and you should write. Guys, let your parents think that you're gone mad. Fine. if you're reading the data loudly, I think they might be like, they'll be excited. Fine. Oh, what this fellow is doing. Guys, whenever you want to write something, I'll guide you guys. Guys, trust me, I know the technique of learning the things. But the sad reality is I got to know after my education. Fine. Guys, it's pretty simple. how I'll remember multiple programming language, how I can, guys, today, if you tell me to teach Java now itself, sir, after 5 minutes, you teach Java Spring, sir, not the Chotomoto concept. You start Java Spring, sir. Again, after 5 minutes, you start with Django, sir. 100% I'll teach. Without any notes, I will teach. But now why I'm doing some copy paste activity? Just to make sure that the time will not be wasted. If not, I'll be writing the notes. Is it a very difficult task for me to write the notes? No. But the same sentence I might not be writing, but some different sentence formation, but the content will remain same. The same example I might not be taking, same 10 I might not be taking. Whatever comes to my mind, I might be taking. But I know the content, how it is pretty simple. I know the art of learning. It's just a knack. Guys, whenever you write something, read it out loud. That like this. Okay. The data type whose value cannot be changed are called as immutable objects. Okay. Record that particular sentence in your mind. Try to replicate in your notes. Okay. The data type whose values cannot be changed are called as immutable objects. Okay. Next. Once we create the object of immutable object, okay, once we create the object of immutable object, we can't change the data present within object. Okay. Once we create the object of immutable data type, we cannot change the data present within that. Like that, you have to tell the things for yourself and you have to write. Is that fine? Guys, there might be is, was, that, this mistake, that grammatical mistakes are neglected, but the content will be there in your mind. Guys, this is how you have to learn. Trust me, if you do like this, after a couple of years also, if somebody is asking you, you'll be able to reproduce the answer. Okay. Okay, the time starts now. Please be very quick in writing the points from here till here. Okay, is that done, guys? I hope it's done. Still, if you're writing, you can halt writing. Later, you can continue with that. Now, if you are done with that, then just do one thing. I think for example, number 35, along with diagram, complete sheet is what you have to leave. As don't be confused while writing the diagram. Write a proper diagram where you'll be able to understand. I'll not be reading your notes. You are the only person who will be reading your notes. I think complete one sheet will occupy for example number 35. Again, complete one sheet will occupy for example number 36. That means after writing this, I don't know how much amount of time, how much amount of space it took for you to write this. 2 pages is what you have to leave for example number 35 and example number 36. After this, let's take the next one that happens to be mutable object. Mutable object. Guys, can you give me the example for mutable objects? I think you can give 100%. You can give. There are only 4 mutable objects in Python. There are only 4 mutable objects. Which are those? List, set, dictionary, byte array. That's it. Yes or no? List, set, dictionary, byte array. Directly, I'm going to write the points. Correct me if I'm wrong. The data type whose value can be changed is only referred as mutable data type. Similarly, once we create an object of mutable data type, we can change the data. We can change the data present within that. Yes, we can change list, we can change set, we can change dictionary, we can change byte array as well. Now let's take the example. I would like to share you the screen. That is Sublime Text. Wait a minute. Yep. Guys, I hope Sublime Text is displayed for everyone. Now let's have an example number 37.py. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's take the example. Where is that example? Yes. Let's see how many of them will tell the answer for this. Let's see. Yes, again, I'm telling you should be telling the proper answer. It is not immutable. It is mutable. Immutable, if you tell like this 10 store, give the reference to B, then same address will be there. But in case of mutable, a brand new object would be created. It would not be reused. It would not be reused. The brand new object will be created. Now tell me 10, 20, 30. LST1, same output is what I'll get. Address, assume that I'll be getting 1000. Assume that I'll be getting 1000. Now tell me, if I tell whatever that is there in LST1, what was there in LST1? Could you please respond? What was there in LST1? What was there in LST1? No, guys. What was there in LST1? Guys, what was there means you have to just tell me the address. Guys, no. LST1 is pointing to 10, 20, 30 object, list object. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking what is there in LST1 is what I'm asking. Please try to understand the question properly. Okay. What was there in LST1? Very good. 1000. I think you people are telling the proper answer. Now, if I save, if I execute, do you think address of LST1, address of LST2, same or different? Same or different? In case of immutable object, it is same. But in case of mutable object, it is same or different? Think and answer. Same or different? Same. Sir, what, sir? Then what is the difference, sir? Because that's what you might be thinking, right? Sir, here also same, there also same. Then what is the difference, sir? What might be the difference? Could you please tell me what might be the difference? Okay. Wait. I'll tell you why it is same. How we can make a brand new object would be created with the same data. All those things I'll tell you when I take up the concept called as list in detail. But as of now, shall I tell it as 1000? Because I want you to respond very quickly. Shall I tell it as 1000? Okay. Now I will tell LST2 from LST2 perspective what I'm doing. I'll just tell what is there in second index. Could you people please tell me what is there in second index? Guys, please be very quick. Now, what is there in second index? A common sense. 0, 1, 2. 30 is there. Instead of 30, I want 333. If I print LST LST of 2 of 2, the output would be 333. Before changing the data, output would be 30. Let's see whether I'll get the same output. Did I get the same output? Yes, if you respond, trust me, you'll be able to understand. Did I get the same output? Okay, great. Yes, that means for this 333, fine. That's what I'm asking, not any other thing. Now what I'll do, I want to check print address of LST1. What is address of LST1? Could you people please tell me what is address of LST1? Guys, please be very quick. 1000, okay, 1000. You are telling. Whatever you are telling, I'm writing. Later we'll see. Fine. Next. If I tell address of LST2, if I save, if I execute, let's see whether I'll get the same output. Is that same output? Please do respond. Is that same output? Yes, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Now I'll print LST1. I'll print LST2. Fine. Please think and answer. Think for a while and tell me the answer. Do you think if I print LST1, I would have got the output as 10, 20, 30 here? Without a doubt, I would have got the output as 10, 20, 30. See here? I would have got output like this. Fine. Here also, I would have got output like this. Now tell me, will I get the same output here also? Yes or no? What is the output? 10, 20, 333. Similarly, here also 10, 20, 333. Why? Because using one address, I can alter the data. If I save, if I execute, don't you think 10, 20, 333, 333? Yes or no? Please do respond. That means what you have to understand, if you ask me, guys, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple, right? If you try to change the mutable object, then don't you think it doesn't create a brand new object like how it has created here? It doesn't create a brand new object. Rather, it is going to make sure that in the same address only it is going to alter. How many of them understood mutable object? Yes, when it comes to reference type assignment, same address will be there. How come a different address will come? How come different address will come? Same data, right? As a able to understand? Okay, cool. Now let's take another example. Let's see how many of them will tell the answer for this. Okay, let's do one thing. Okay, I'm going to copy this, come back, save example number 38.py, paste it. I'll just tell instead of list, I'll take set. Okay. Instead of LST1, I'll just tell S1, I will tell. If I print S1, you know what is the output. ID of S1, you know what is the output. Now, okay, let's forget about all these things. Let's not have this. Please tell me, guys, if I copy, paste the data, if I tell S2, guys, first one, whatever I have learned, what type of assignment is this? Reference type assignment or value type assignment? Think and answer. Reference type assignment or value type assignment? Okay, very good. Don't you think this is reference type assignment? I'll just tell reference type assignment. Now, what about this? Is it reference type or value type? Value type assignment. Now, please tell me, I'm least bothered about the data. Why? Because the data will come in random order. Why I should worry about the data? Address of S1 and S2, is that same or different? Let's see how many of them will tell the proper answer. Address of S1 and address of S2, is that same or different? Yes, by this time you should tell the proper answer. By this time, at least by this time. I think everybody thought same, right? Yes or no? I think everyone thought same. Why? Because, sir, here also Wait a minute. I think there is some issue with my laptop. Okay, yeah. Here also it is same, sir. Reference type assignment. Here also data type assignment. Same, sir. Here reference type assignment. The address is same, sir. Here address of LST1 and LST2 same, sir. But when it comes to set, why it is different, sir? Why it is different? If you want to understand, I can't give the clarity. Why? Because I'm trying to explain what is mutability, what is immutability. I'm not saying if you do value type assignment, reference type, guys. I told you, right? I'll take up this topic called as reference type, value type in detail. Yes or no? I told you that I'll be taking this topic in detail. I have to speak about 2 hours only on this topic, just to make sure that everything that you follow or everything that you imagine will not be correct. Fine. Why it is different? Maybe when I take up value type assignment or reference type assignment, I'll speak. As well as when it comes to set topic, also I'll be teaching you why it is different. At least now tell me how to add the data for a set. How to add the data? How to add the data? S2 dot add. And if I add 40, if I print S2, as first of all, what I will do, I'll print S1. I'll print S1. Similarly, I think already I have printed S1. Okay, I'll print S2. I'll print S2 somewhere here. Yep. I'll just tell S2 here. I know many of them might be getting confused. Fine, don't worry. But is that append or add? For set, is that append or add? I want you to respond. Is that append or add? That's the reason revision is required. Although I might have taught only basic, revision is required. If I save, if I execute, 40 got added. See here, this address is different, this address is different. Even though the data would look same, the address are different. Why it is different, I'll teach you, don't worry. Again, here also the data would look same. I think it's a coincidence that happened. I think set will never gonna store the data like this. I don't know. it might be a coincidence. Now, if I check the address of S1, as well as if I check the address of S2 after adding the data, will it be changed? Observe. Same 1000, same 1000, same 2000, same 2000. How are you people able to understand? Yes or no in the chat box? I just want a quick response from your side. Are you able to understand? That means what you have to understand. If you try to alter the mutable object, guys, don't you think set is a mutable object? If you try to alter mutable object, a brand new object will never be created. Rather, the existing object itself will be altered. That is what I'm trying to explain. How many of them understood? I'm least bothered about the data. That's the reason I'm not writing that. If you want, you can write. That's purely up to your wish. Guys, do you want me to write the data? Do you want me to write the data as the output? Yes or no, that's it. If you tell, I'll write what is there in that. That means for me, it's pretty simple. Put output, paste. That's it. Okay, let it be there. No issues. Let it be there so that you might not be getting confused. Okay, I think for this also, I'll save, I'll execute. Let the data be there. But you know how to write the output, right? Let it be there. Okay. Now let me just copy example number 37. Come back to the notes. Okay. Example number 37.py. 37.py. Paste it. Similarly, let's take example number 38.py. 38.py. Okay, let me just consider example number 38. Copy this, come back, paste. And let's proceed further. Wait a minute. Okay, cool. Shall I give you a few note points? If you are able to respond, shall I give you a few note points? Okay, now, can I expect you people to give a try with respect to diagram number 3 and diagram number 4? Can I expect you to give a try by seeing the program, what happened exactly? Can I expect you to give a try? Assignment. Sir, what is assignment, sir? Diagram number 3, you have to write for the program, whatever I have written. By seeing the value, you have to write the proper diagram. Simply whatever comes to your mind, let me write the diagram. Don't do that. Diagram number 4 also, you should write it as output. Okay, next. Next, chat for mutability and immutability. This will be diagram number, as if you don't write, I think this is diagram number 5. Diagram number 5. Chat for mutable and immutable objects, or what chats are? Wait a minute, I'm going to show you that chat. Where is that? Wait, guys, wait a minute. Let me just go back to the, where is that? OneNote. Yeah, OneNote. What is the diagram number, guys? Could you people please do a response? What is the diagram number? If I'm not wrong, it's diagram number 5, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's diagram number 5, right? Okay, I think it's Times New Roman. Okay, observe when it comes to diagram number 5. When it comes to diagram number 5, this is a chota diagram. It's not a very big diagram. That means I have just given the data. What are how many immutable, how many mutable? Could you take a screenshot of this diagram number 5? 3, 4 assignment. You have to write it. Could you people please take the screenshot? I hope you have taken the screenshot. Have you taken the screenshot? As I hope you people would have taken the screenshot, right? Okay, only there are 4 mutable objects in Python. There are totally 14 minus 4. How much? 14 minus 4, how much? 14 minus 4, how much? 10 is what many people will think, but none is not included anywhere. None is not included anywhere. That's the reason totally 9. This is that clear? Totally 9 immutable, 4 mutable. If you count, 13 will happen. None will not come under mutable or immutable, because basically it's a none data, right? Nothing will be there. I hope it's clear for everyone. Is that clear for everyone? Yes or no in the chat box? I want you to respond. Is that clear? Okay, cool. Is there any confusion for anyone when it comes to mutable and immutable object? Is there any doubt for anyone? Yes, please be very quick in responding. No, only I'm telling, please be very quick in responding. Okay, great. Now, if you don't have any confusion, let's do one thing. Let me just see what is the next topic that has to be delivered. Okay, I'll just scroll down. I'll start with a brand new concept, which is also an important concept. Sir, what is the next important concept, sir? The next important concept happens to be typecasting or type coercion. What is the topic? Could you just type in the chat box? What is the topic name? Typecasting or type coercion. That's it. Typecasting or type coercion. Sir, what is the meaning of this typecasting, sir? If you change the data type of one type to another type, that is only called as typecasting. That means the process of converting one type of data into another type of data in Python is only called as typecasting. See here, the process of converting one type of data into another type of data in Python is only referred as typecasting. In case of Python, we can perform typecasting or type coercion using the below mentioned function. Whenever you want to convert any given type of data, but many given data will not work. No, I'm telling which will work, which will not work. Everything we will see. I think wait, it's not working. Okay, yeah, let it be like this. No issues. So here, whenever you want to convert the other type of data into integer, we have to use int function. Whenever we have to convert other type of data into float, we have to use float. Similarly, whenever you want to convert other type of data into string, we have to use str. Whenever you want to convert other type of data into list, we have to use list function. Whenever we want to convert other data of other data type into tuple, we have to use tuple. Like this, the list goes on. Like this, the list goes on. Now, observe properly so that you'll be able to understand the topic, whatever I'll be discussing. Let's go back to Sublime Text. Let's go back to Sublime Text. In this Sublime Text, what I'll just consider example number 39.py. 39.py. When it comes to example number 39, please observe and tell me whatever I have written, is that correct or not? Is that correct or not? Yes or no in the chat box. As I'm not going to waste my time as well as your time. By this time, if I write some choto-moto logic, you should be in a position to grasp. You should not be like 10.5, okay, equal to a, print a. You should not be like that. You have to make sure that you'll be able to understand. Now, what type of data it is? Could you people please do respond? What type of data it is? 100% it's a float data, right? 100% it's a float data. Now, please tell me, is that correct or not? Please tell me, is that correct or not? Whatever I have written. If I try to provide 10.5 within a function called as int, and try to store within a new variable called as b, don't you think this decimal will be neglected and it will store only the integral part of this data? Will you agree with my point? It will store the integral part of data and a brand new object would be created. Why? Because it's 10, it's not 10.5, it's 10. Sir, execute, sir. Observe. 10.5, 792, 10, 584, and integer data. Why? Because float data I'm converting using typecasting, that is int function. I hope everybody are able to understand. Next what, sir? Next what, if you ask me? Let's see how many of them will tell the answer for this. Okay. What is the address of C? You just tell me that much. That's more than sufficient. What is the address of C? Minimum common sense. Not minimum common sense. Somewhat tricky. But if you would have followed this example number 35 properly, then I'm damn sure you'll tell the proper answer. I'm damn sure. 10.5 will be given to int function. Please don't think like 1000 will be given. No. Whatever the data that is pointing, right? 10.5 will be given. The 10.5 will be converted. Just give me a minute. The 10.5 will be converted into 10, which will be stored within C. And it will just check PVM. Is there any 10 that already exists in heap segment? PVM will tell, yes, boss, already that is there. Now tell me the address. I have given enough int. Still, if you're not able to understand, God bless you. Okay, very good. Don't you think it is 2000? It is 2000. And ultimately, if you know the data for this integer type, float type, if I execute here, 584, 584, 2000, 2000. How many of them are able to understand? Yes, sir, I'm able to understand, sir. How many of them? Yes, you have to respond yes in the chat box. Then I'll get the clarity that you understood. Okay, shall I proceed with the next example? Although I might be writing the output, let it be there in the notes. Nothing I'm going to lose for copy pasting, so that if you're getting confused, you can refer to the actual output what we got. Example number 40.py. Before proceeding to example number 40.py, let's see how many of them will tell the answer for this. Where is example number 40? Yes. Okay. Please tell me, print address of F. Print address of L. Everything in this example is confusing. First of all, you tell me. Okay, let's see how many of them will tell answer. What is the answer of line number 234? That you tell me. That's it. What is the output of 234? Please be very quick. I'll be on mute. Okay, perfect. Sandesh string 1000. Sandesh string 1000. This Sandesh I'm trying to give within a list. If you try to provide string data to list, what will happen? I'll guide you. It is going to chop individual character as a string and store within a list. That means yes separate, A separate, N separate, D separate, E separate, S separate, H separate will be stored within a list. Will you agree with my point? Okay. Now, if I check the type of L, then what is the output? If I check the type of L, type will be list, no doubt. But this address and this address, same or different? Common sense. I think anybody can tell. Why? Because it's a different object, this is different object. 100% it is different. Observe. Sandesh str 1000. I hope you should be able to understand. In my term, I'll be telling it as 1000. And Sandesh, the data got chopped off and individual character is stored within a list. And the address will be 2000. Is that clear for everyone? As I want you to respond very quickly. Is that clear? I hope step by step, I'm taking the example in such a way that you're getting the clarity. Initially, you might be getting confused. I know, I'll make you to get confused. I say, sir, no? I think in this example, I made you to get confused. That means I made you to tell the wrong answer purposefully. Then I taught you, but time comes. In order to give the clarity, time comes. I'll speak about that. 100%, I'm not going to skip anything. Okay, now let's take, let's come back to the, let's stick on to the example. I think till now, is there any doubt, guys? Till now, is there any doubt for anyone? Okay, let's come back here. I'll just consider example number 40.py. 40.py. Similarly, let's consider example number 39.py. It's a basic example that I have taken for typecasting. Don't worry, I'm going to consider individual function and I'm going to explain what will happen if you try to convert other type of data into integer, other type of data into float. Everything I'll explain, don't worry. But as of now, just to make sure that you'll get some basic clarity about typecasting, I just showed. Converting one type of data into another is only referred as typecasting. What is there in that? What's so difficult? Okay. Now I'll just do one thing. I'll write the notes for int. Sir, what are you gonna write, sir? Observe properly, guys. Now I'm telling. Guys, did I teach you a concept called as decimal? I'm not sure whether I taught this concept. Did I teach you a concept called as decimal? I think decimal, hexadecimal, octal. Did I teach you that concept? I'm not sure. That's the reason I'm asking. Okay, I just told, right? I haven't gone in detail. Okay, fine, no issues. As of now, let's stick on to this. When I teach that again, I'll just come back. Okay, let's consider integer. Please tell me how many of them are able to understand this? Yes or no in the chat box. Int function is used to convert the given type of data into integer data type. That's it. Don't worry, guys. 100% I'm going to teach you decimal, binary, hexadecimal, octal. 100% I'll teach. Conversion of one or the other, I'll just explain. Int function is used to convert the given type of data into integer type data. Now what I'll do, I'll come back to Sublime. I'll consider example number 41.py. When it comes to example number 41, let's see how many of them are very attentive in the class. What is the output of this? Be very quick. What is the output? 10, 10, 1, 0, 10. Yes or no? I hope you're able to understand. I hope. One thing you have to understand, guys, one thing you have to understand. We cannot convert complex data into integer. We cannot convert decimal, which is stored within a string, into integer. But if you try to store, guys, what is this? What is this? Basically, what we'll call. I think that if people should be aware, right? What is this? No, integer data. I know that. No, this is string, guys. Guys, what is this? And what is this? What kind of data it is? Think and answer. What is there in that? No, int float. Okay, that's fine. Int float, that's fine. Okay, I think that's what I have taught you, right? Okay, fine. Let's stick on to the same thing, whatever you have learned. Okay. If you provide integer data within a string, then you can convert into integer. But if you try to provide float data within a string, then you can't convert. I'll not execute, but I'll just show it to you. You execute and check it out. Same output is what you'll get. Error only you will get. I don't want to show you that error. Complex type of data we can't convert. We can convert string data into integer only if it is integer data inside that. If it is string data or if it is character data, if it is float data, we'll not be able to convert. Are you able to understand? Yes or no in the chat box? Please be very quick. As I'm not going to execute the error output. I'm giving as an assignment to you. You just give a try 100% like this only you will get. Okay. Now let's come back to example number 42.py. As three things are not possible to convert into integer. What are those three things? What are those three things that is not possible? Complex, string data, which is of character, string data, which is of float. We can't convert. Okay, now let's take float data. 10.0, 1.0, 1.0, 0.0, 10.0, 10.8. Will you agree with my point? Okay. Sir, what we cannot convert into float, sir? You can't convert complex into float. You can't convert character that is available within a string as float. It will lead to error. Is that clear? As I might be going a bit fast, but these things you should be having a knowledge. That's the reason. Nobody gonna ask you these type of question like take other data into float, explain in the interview. Nobody gonna ask, but let it be recorded in your mind so that these two cannot be possible. Here, these three things are not possible. Okay, next. Let's consider int float is done. Complex, let's take it complex. Okay. Let's see how many of them will be able to understand. Guys, when it comes to complex, please tell me, either I can give only real data. Imaginary part automatically it will consider. Sir, how it will consider automatically, sir? You only observe. First way of providing the complex data, directly provide the real data. A plus, I think first way. Don't you think? Actually, we have to provide A plus B, J. You know what is the J value? If you don't provide B also, automatically it is going to consider. I think example number 43.py. Yep. Automatically it is going to consider 0 if you don't provide any data. 10 plus, guys, integer we can convert into complex, float we can convert, boolean we can convert, string with integer, string with float we can convert. How many of them understood? Yes, sir. I'm able to understand by seeing the output, sir. How many of them? Respond yes. Second way of providing the data, directly you provide what I can tell you, real part and imaginary part. Real part, imaginary part. A is real part, B is imaginary part. Fine. 10, 10. 10 plus 10j. 10.5 plus 10.9j. 1 plus 0j. 0 plus 1j. Like this, it will display the output. I think e power 3 means e to the power 30. That means if you just consider 1, 2, that means this dot will be gone. Totally 3 zeros after 1, 2. That is, sorry, including 2. Totally there will be 3 digits. Fine. The remaining will be zeros. 1200. Including 5, there will be 4 digits. The remaining will be 0. So here, including 5, 4 digits. 15,000. That is 1200 plus 15,000 J. Are you in a position to understand what type of data can be converted into complex? What cannot be converted? I'll just display. You don't worry about that. Shall I display what can't be converted? You cannot convert string data that is there in the form of an integer, both string data. Similarly, one integer, one string if you give also error. One string, one integer if you give also error. Is that clear? Is that clear, guys? Please do respond. String with char also not, guys. If this is only not possible, how can string with char will be possible? If you provide only one data, then it will take 0 as the remaining data and it will work. But string with character 100% won't work. Is that fine? Please do respond. If this is only not working, then how come character will work? I think that's a common sense. That's the reason I haven't written. Okay, shall I proceed with the next one that happens to be bool? Because later I'll copy paste everything. Later I'll just give the notes and I'll copy paste the examples. You please observe. Why? Because you're in the right path. Let's not have that discontinuation in the flow. Shall I proceed? Shall I proceed further? Okay. Example number 44.py. When it comes to example, Boolean, there is bool function. Using bool function, we can convert the given data into Boolean. Let's see how many of them will tell the answer. What is the answer for this? Common sense. Trust me, it's a common sense. What is the answer? Guys, Boolean means you have to understand the data will be displayed in terms of true or false. Fine. 0 means what? False. If it is none also, it will take it as false. If you try to provide false, like how you have given for integer 10, see here, maybe you can give 10. Int 10, if you give, again 10 will be converted to integer itself. Fine. Like that, if you try to provide false, output is false. If you try to provide empty string, false. That means you have to understand for the above 4, the output would be false. For the below data, whatever you have written, it might be one, float, true, complex, string within integer, that is a float within a string, character. For all those things, empty string output is false. Character data with a string output is true. How many of them understood? Starting for false, rest of the things true. Yes or no? Are you able to understand? I want a quick response from your side. Yes, sir. Completely understood, sir. Guys, like this, I can just keep on taking for every type of data. But anyhow, I told you that I clearly made a conclusion that I will take up list, tuple, set, dictionary, string again. At that point of time, don't you think I'm damn sure I'll be explaining about typecasting individually? I'm damn sure. But just for your reference, let me just do one thing. Let me just consider one last example of today's class. Example number 45.py. 45.py. Till now, you have learned int conversion, that is converting the other type of data into int, and what is not possible, what is possible, you have learned. Same float, what is possible, what is not possible, you have learned. What is possible, what is not possible, you have learned. For complex, for Boolean, you have learned. For Boolean, everything is possible. Everything is possible for Boolean. Now, last one I'm going to consider as str function. Guys, what is str function? Why str function is used? Could you respond in the chat box? Why str function is used? To convert the given type of data into string, str function will be used. That means if I print a, output is 10. If I print type of a, output is integer. If I give a means ultimately 10 is what you're giving. Don't you think if I check the type of b, I'll be getting the output as string data? That is like this. If I print, don't you think like this? Will you agree with my point? But in reality, you might be seeing like this, string data won't be visible. That is particular single quotes or double quotes won't be visible. But if I check the type of b, it will be integer. Yes or no? Because I want you to respond. Now, this will be treated as a string. 1 will be treated as a string. 0 will be treated as a string. Complex will also be treated as a string. If you want store within a reference variable, check the type. Like how I did here, store within a reference variable, check a type. Okay. How many of them understood? Yes, sir. Although it might be displaying as 10, but I'm damn sure, sir, the class happens to be string. Is that clear for everyone? Yes or no in the chat box? Is that clear, guys? If you want even more clarity, instead of directly printing on the console, store within a variable, check the type of the variable. Store within a variable, check the type of the variable. That's it. Okay, cool. Let's do one thing. Let me just come back to the notes. Here, int function. What is example number? I think it's example number 41. Example number 41.py. Later today itself, you have to update your notes. Now when I'm telling, then only you'll be able to understand. And few note points I'll make. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think for integer, we can't convert the complex type of data into integer. Similarly, we can't convert float stored with a string, character stored with a string to integer. Yes or no? We can't convert complex data type into integer. Similarly, we can't convert the string type of data into integer. See here, string type of data. String data within, there is a string data of data in bracket. Sorry. We can convert the string type of data into integer, but the data should be represented in the form of decimal. See here, I think data should be represented in the form of integer. I will tell integer as of now for your reference, integer. If you don't store the data in the form of integer, then it would lead to value error. I think same thing is what you have seen in this example. That is line number, this one and this one. Shall I proceed further with the next example? If you give green signal, I'll proceed further. Okay, int you have learned. Let me teach you float. Correct me if I'm wrong. Float function is used to convert the given type of data into float data type. We cannot convert complex data type into float. We cannot. And we can convert string type of data. Let's do one thing. Let's take the example and I'll teach you. Example number 42.py. Example number 42.py. When it comes to example number 42, quickly I'll copy paste. Copy this, come back, paste. Yep. What is not possible? We can convert the string type of data into float. Yes, string type of data we can convert, but the data should be represented in the form of integer or floating point. Integer or floating point. Then only it will convert. If it is complex, if it is character, it won't convert. I hope this is also clear for everyone. In example number 42. Now let's consider example number 43. 43.py. Okay, where is example number 43? I think it's complex. When it comes to complex, everything is possible apart from string, integer, string, integer. That's it. Everything is possible. Okay, I'm going to give you a note point on that. Just tell me whether you're able to understand. Complex function is used to convert the given type of data into complex data type. We can convert the string type of data into complex. Yeah, we can do that, but the data should be represented in the form of integer or floating point, as well as the imaginary part should not be mentioned. That is only real part should be given. Like how I have given here. Only the real part should be given. One more point you have to consider. If the user or developer, whoever it may be, if the imaginary part, where is that? Yeah. If the imaginary part is not given, then PVM would consider 0 as the imaginary part. Yes or no in the chat box? Yes or no? Because I hope yes, right? Although I might be going a bit fast, but I hope couple of times I'm explaining, right? It's not that only once that I'm explaining. Next, what is the next one? I think for those people who are having a confusion between what is real part, imaginary part, refer this. After complex, if I'm not wrong, it is Boolean. I think for Boolean, everything is possible. It's not like nothing is impossible in Boolean. Everything is possible. See here, bool function is used to convert the given type of data into bool type. If the data is 0, or else let's consider the example instead of me talking. If I show the example, then you will only tell the answer. Example number 44.py. Let's consider the example number 44. Paste it. If the data is 0, or if it is none, or if it is false, or if it is empty string, If the data is 0 or empty string or none or false, then only the output will be false. For every other data, output is true. Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes, all these things might be asked in the technical MCQs. You should be well prepared. Now one I'm telling you should be well prepared. What is the last one? What is the last one? By doing this, we can conclude. What is the last one? str function. str function is used to convert the given type of data into string. That's it. Let's consider example number 45.py. Example number 45.py. Observe properly. This data would be converted as a string. If you want, you can just store within a variable and check the type of the variable. 100% the type of B, where we are trying to store 10, that is integer within string. Type of B is string itself. Now, I'll just do one thing. Meanwhile, I would like to open a chat. Sir, which chat you gonna open, sir? I'm gonna show you on chat how typecasting will be done. Typecasting will be done. Could you people please tell me what is a chat number? I think diagram number. Really, I don't remember, guys. Seriously, I don't remember. I think it's diagram number 6, if I'm not wrong. 5 we have written like that particular table, mutable, immutable. This is diagram number 6, right? Diagram number 6. I'll show you the diagram number 6. Meanwhile, I want you people, wait a minute. I'll send you the attendance link. Wait, don't fill the attendance now itself. Wait, have patience. Okay. Where is that? Just give me 1 minute. What is today's day? I think it's Python day 10, right? If I'm not wrong. It's Python day 10. Okay, guys, without miss, I want everyone's attendance. Okay, I have just sent in the chat box. Okay, tell me whether people are able to see the attendance. Are you able to see the attendance? Yes or no in the chat box? Are you people able to see the attendance? Okay, great. You please provide the attendance. Meanwhile, I'll check where is the diagram number 6. Okay, is that done by providing the attendance? If it is done, listen and tell me whether it is correct or not. Functions, data type. So I hope you're able to understand table, right? Column wise, there is a individual row like integer, all the float, all the complex. Above I have written integer can be stored within integer, true. Float can be stored within integer, true. Complex cannot be stored within integer, wrong mark. Boolean can be stored within integer, tick. String can be stored within integer, but it should be decimal data. That it should be integer data. Is that fine? It should be integer data. Next, integer can be stored, float can be float, complex cannot be float, boolean can be float, string can be float, both. Integer and float we can give. Integer complex done, float complex done, complex done, boolean complex done, string complex done, but we should not be providing the imaginary part. Integer, boolean, everything is tick mark, How many of them understood? Diagram number 6. Yes, sir, I'm able to understand, sir. If I want to revise the typecasting, I'll not see the individual programs, sir. Simply if I just see this diagram, I'll be able to understand, sir. But provided you should have done at least one level of revision when it comes to examples. then only you'll be able to understand this particular diagram. Please take the screenshot of this diagram. I want everyone to take the screenshot. Please take the screenshot. Is that done by providing the screenshot? Sorry. Is that done by providing the attendance? Guys, still many of them would have not given the attendance. I don't know what's the problem to provide the attendance. Please fill your attendance. Don't make me to tell. Don't make me to repeat. Okay. Please provide the attendance. Don't worry, if you're not able to understand the diagram, once again I'll explain. But I want you people to provide the attendance now itself. Okay, is that done by providing the attendance? Because later I'll cross verify those who have attended the class. Fine, I have a screenshot. It doesn't mean that I need not to sit and manually do it. If I give the screenshot, I have written the Python logic in such a way that your name will be scanned. And if you have given the attendance, it will just send me the report. Okay, cool. If you are done with that, let me just come back to the notes and I'll halt the technical discussion of day 10 today. What I have taught in today's class, if you ask me, typecasting in detail I would have taught. Typecasting in detail I would have taught. After before typecasting, I have taught something called as mutable and immutable objects. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is what I have taught. This is what I have taught. Sir, next session, what are you going to teach, sir? You attend next session, you will understand. But if you miss next session, I'll bet you'll not be able to understand day 12. That is, if you miss day 11, you'll not be able to understand day 12, day 13. 2 days, you'll not be able to understand the content, whatever I'm going to do. If you miss the next class, thank you so much. I'm going to halt the technical discussion. Have a great day. Bye-bye.